Alright guys, well, time to talk about more Walmart knives. So this one got the first use when I bought all those different Walmart knives, so this is the first one I'm going to review. This one was called, as I saved the packaging here, kind of, the wood clip knife. 3.5 inch stainless steel blade, 3.75 inch wood handle, and a pocket clip. What's the blade steel? It is the special WTHK, which of course is who the hell knows. Doesn't really matter. My experience with it has been just okay. Really not horrible. I used this until it was dull. It's actually pretty dull now. I didn't decide to sharpen or anything like that because I'm moving on with new things. This will be thrown in a drawer, maybe use as a beater knife, probably given away at some point. But yeah, I mean, it's not horrific. It's nothing to write home about. If I really had to guess, probably a 420, stainless, or maybe even just a 440 that's not, quite heat treated properly, or to its fullest anyway. You guys know the deal with it. I mean, most of these Walmart knives have been pretty much the same as far as like longevity and edge retention. None of them chipped out or rolled or anything like that. They're just just semi-soft. All right, so let's take a close-up look at this. Okay, the appeal of this one is the wood scales. All right, I don't think this wood is treated. Okay, like a lot of wood they use for knives is a treated wood. It's impregnated with resin, so it won't split or crack or swell. This just seems to be, maybe a stained piece of pine or something. But it's not treated. It might have a thin layer of shellac on it or something. But I would imagine if you got this really wet for a long period of time, that it would swell up, or if it was very cold, the wood could expand and contrast and crack and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you had those type of issues, long term, if you carry this for a long period of time. But a pretty good looking knife. What's interesting about this is the fact that our liner lock, as you can see, it is a liner lock knife, but our liners themselves are jeweled all the way around. Pretty interesting. It actually gives it a nice little look, and it gives it a great feel. I wouldn't really call it jimping, but it's kind of that. It's kind of like completely jimped all the way around. It actually feels really good. It gives you just a little bit of grip, but it's it's not grippy, so to speak. It just gives you a little something. It's cool. It goes all the way around. The liner lock's easy to use, easy to get to, which I like. You can see the cutout here in the scale. This allows your thumb to get in there deep. Unlike a lot of the other models, this is probably the most comfortable of all of them, as far as unlocking that liner lock. The lockup's actually really damn good. All right, there's a little bit of side to side. It's barely there. I know I can take it out with playing around with the pivot screw, but I don't want to because I like the fact, that the tension on here is perfect out of the box. At least this one was, where I can, easily manipulate that blade. It's not too stiff, but it's not loose. You know what I mean? I don't really care about the very little side to side that this has. You can see the lock up there on the liner lock, and again, as far as being centered, pretty damn close. For a $4 knife, I'll say it's centered. But if you really scrutinize it, it might be a hair to the right. Yeah, pretty interesting. You can see there's no thumb studs here. It's just a slot, which the meat on your finger kind of grabs. You can obviously open this lefty, but not as easily because, again, there's no cutout there. So on the right, you can see how much of that is actually exposed to grab, whereas on the left, you got to kind of use the tip of your finger, and even then, it's very hard to open for me. I'm not a lefty. You can see you can use your middle finger on the other side there to kind of help push it out a little bit, just so you can grab that slot. Can take this apart if you wanted to. If you wanted to pop new scales on there, hey, this is a great candidate if you wanted to play around with making your own knife scales. Maybe you could buy some, micarta or something like that, or even get a different type of wood. Sand it down if you're a good carpenter. You can certainly do that. See the pocket clip on here actually held up really nicely in the pocket. Again, super smooth wood scale. All right, very simple pocket clip. So grabbed on pretty nicely. This is what's seen in the pocket, so it's not like a low riding clip or anything. And obviously, one downside for a lot of people is the fact that it is a tip down carry. A lot of people prefer tip up, and it's not swappable, as you can see here. But I will say this, because it's a wood scale, you can very easily drill teeny tiny pilot holes and screw this pocket clip into the other side if you really wanted to. Okay, but as far as flipping it upside down, You might be able to squeeze on there. I never really thought to do it, but again, having a wood scale like this, you can pretty much screw that pocket clip anywhere you want as long as it's going to fit. It may look dumb, you know, the side of this clip might stick out, might be a little bit too wide, but you might be able to get the screw here and here and make it a tip up if you wanted to. For $4, it's worth playing around with. You know what I'm saying? Buy 2 or 3 of these things from Walmart and just play around with it. You know, pretty simple blade design here. You get a pretty good point on this. Not a lot of belly though. There's barely a sweep up here. Just a simple drop point style blade. The jimping on the top of here is functional. You know what I mean? It does facilitate a little bit extra grip than if it wasn't there. You know, it's nice, pretty cool. I actually like it. There's no lanyard hole or anything on this, but flow through design, as you can see there. It's easy to keep clean. I like it. I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, of all the Walmart knives. Okay. Now, keep in mind the tan one that has a little flipper on it. I really like that one, but that's different than this in that is more tactical, if you will, where this definitely has a traditional look to it. So it's 2 different preferences, but if I really had to compare the 2, I actually do like this one a little bit more than that. The ergonomics on the other one was better. This one just, I mean, the ergonomics are fine. It's just simple. You know what I mean? The other one locks your hand a little bit more, whereas this one's a little bit, you know, more symmetric. So, yeah, pretty damn cool though. For $4, definitely worth it. If you go there and you're undecided as to which one to get, I would get this one for sure. I mean, you know, obviously most people are going to get 2 or 3 of them, if not, you know, every single one to see which one they like or to give out as gifts. These are great gifts. I always suggest giving knives as gifts because a lot of people, you know, who don't have knives, they can find the usefulness of a knife once they start carrying it. Even women, they throw it in their purse, you know, they don't think much of it, but when they go to need a knife, they don't have to ask anyone, they don't have to go find scissors, they have it right there in their purse. And especially guys, of course, if you have friends or family members that don't normally carry knives, you give them a pocket knife if they actually carry it, because that's the hardest chore. You can give them a knife, but you can't make them carry it. They have to want to carry it. But once they do, they find the usefulness in it. And not everyone wants to spend $60, $100, $200 on a present, you know, especially if you can't, you know, it's not in your financial situation. So to be able to go and spend literally $4 on a cool knife and give it to someone, I mean, they can really appreciate it. All right, and especially people who aren't into knives, they're not going to like scoff at your Walmart knife. They're going to say, "Oh wow, that's a really nice knife," you know. And obviously, they're not going to. It's a gift. They're not going to ask how much it costs. So awesome idea for stocking stuffers for you know, Christmas or, you know, whatever you happen to celebrate, birthdays, you know, and so forth. Really cool. I like knives as graduation presents. You know, if you know someone's graduating, whether it's a family member or a friend or whatever, pretty cool thing for a dude for graduation. So there you go. There's my review on the wood clip knife, as they call it, from Walmart. Probably the best $4 you'll spend that day when you get this thing. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. I will do reviews on the other ones. This one just happened to be used first and used pretty much the most of all of them. So that's why I wanted to do this review first. But I certainly will review all the other ones as well as that multi-tool in the future. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.